Give it to me. Listen to me. Love
Quality
me.
time with me.
Like you want to be cuddled. Rockabye,
Why do you have to say like you want to be cuddled? You want to be cuddled.
Are you going through a midlife crisis right now?
Maybe whole albums like that, I guess.
Here lies Ashley.
Who was all about me?
Was never afraid of heartbreak. You know what I feel like it would start with? Hi guys.
No, please don't hang up. I'm so bored right now. Like I have to eat by myself.
Call you back later. Bye.
No one's ever liked you first.
Yeah. No one's ever liked me first.
It feels like together, I think it'd be okay. But if it's like, you know.
Oh, no.
Welcome back to Get Real, where we get real with our thoughts on all things concerning life. We're your hosts, Ashley.
Junie?
BM.
And Peniel of B2B.
Follow and review our podcast on Spotify and Apple, please.
5 stars only.
5
So
stars.
late.
What's going on?
And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on the notification bell on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's been so long since we've been all together, like all reunited.
Yeah.
Missed you guys.
Missed you.
Wow.
That was so fake.
So what?
So weird, man.
Why must you?
Usually you say you
missed
missed
you
them when you
guys.
first see them. Weren't we just arguing before
No,
the
she was checking her phone the whole time. She's like, all right,
Why
let's
are
get
you
into sex.
lying? No, when I saw
she asked
Jun-
if we smoked.
No, when I saw Junie, I gave him a very warm hug because I haven't seen Junie
I
in
haven't
so
seen her. Yeah,
long,
we haven't
right?
Where was
Yeah.
me and Peniel?
Yeah, where was our hug?
I mean, I see you guys every week, so
We
it's
didn't
like,
see you this week. Where were you?
Okay.
Why weren't you at
Anyways,
church yesterday?
we need to introduce our guest. We have a guest who's back.
Woohoo!
He is a singer-songwriter, as you know. He's known for his soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics.
Recently just came back.
And
New
Change it to
album.
lyrics because you don't know how to say lyricism.
I do know how to say lyricism,
Oh, okay.
Peniel. Just lyrics flowed more naturally.
Okay.
Anyways, all right, please let us introduce 고막 남친 이삭홍.
Yo! Welcome.
Hello guys. Hi, I'm Isaac. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's a good to be here. You guys changed floors today.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different place.
Yeah.
Different place. Do you like the vibe here?
I don't know, it's a little dark here.
It's a little
though.
dark, huh?
Maybe because you guys did all the... I thought
You
there was a
want
little
us to
more
make it
light last
brighter?
time.
You want us to open the curtains or something?
So you guys haven't been like all together.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't here last episode.
And he hasn't been here for so long because he was
I was on tour.
Oh yeah, how was tour by the way?
Tour was great.
Yeah?
I talked about that already last episode.
Oh nice.
Yeah,
Weren't
I think
you here
I
for
think you
that?
just forgot.
Was I here?
Yeah, you completely
Oh,
forgot.
sorry.
Yeah. Hey, how was your shoot, man?
Yeah,
It was good.
man.
It was
It was
cool.
good?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beef 2 is finally out.
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something? As soon as he walked in, he had this different like Hollywood vibe in him. It was just me.
I think it's just you.
It's just
that's
me? No.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Do I look do I look or feel more
No,
Hollywood
you were just
now?
kind of like, no, usually you're like, hey, what's up, guys? But today you're like, hey, guys. it's
Oh, you
me,
know
I'm
what? I
back."
think it's just because it's like earlier than the normal time we
Ah.
shoot.
It
I
is.
haven't
It's very
been. Yeah,
early.
it hasn't been too
Yeah.
long since I woke up.
Me
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
But you look incredible.
So
look
do
great.
you.
Thank you.
Have you watched
Cutie
Beef
pie?
2 yet?
I haven't watched it. I only watched one.
Yeah.
I was gonna start like the first episode, so I haven't really like.
It's a good show. It's
Yeah.
a good show. It's about two couples. One is Gen Z, one is millennial, and kind of like goes through a lot of what capitalism does to people, and like there's a lot of I guess provoking thoughts that happen as you watch, and it kind of like puts in your head like the distinguishment between are you more on the millennial side or are you more on the Gen Z side, like mind-wise, like how you view things. But it's an interesting show. I think it makes you think about your perspective on life and where you're at in yours, your own. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a totally different story from the
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
first
Oh, yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
anthology, so completely new cast, completely different story, but still amazing.
Does it still piss you off?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what it's
100%.
about.
It does.
That's
it
what beef
really
is about,
does.
right?
Yeah,
Nice,
but then
okay.
it's also like simultaneously super relatable too. So like while I was watching, all these, friction between people, I'm like, oh, that's been me before too. Or I'm like, oh, is that gonna be me at one point? So yeah, it's very thought-provoking.
Yeah, you should watch it. But like, be ready to be stressed.
No, I saw
Yeah.
It stressed you out a lot, Ashley.
Yeah.
the first season I was watching. I was so stressed.
Yeah.
It was so fun though.
Yeah,
like,
it was so fun.
so
Yeah,
fun.
you can't stop.
Yeah, and the cast like for the second one was like totally like it was really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kim Woo-jin right here.
Oh,
Like,
stop it.
yeah.
Kim Woo-jin.
What was your other name?
Kim Jin-seok.
Oh yeah, 진석.
Jin-seok, Woo-jin, Matthew, BM.
How are you though, Isaac? Anything new? What have you been up to?
Yeah, just releasing music.
New music. Let's go. Shout it out.
Promote. Like the album's called Castle in the Air. It's an EP, have 5 songs. I was trying to write my own like more relatable songs of my own rather than being like a hit song or anything. So I try to put more of myself and like a lot of the lyrics are.
The people love it.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
people
Yeah.
seem to love it, man.
So it was. I had some little different takes of different genres of music. I guess.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
usually, like most of my songs are kind of slow, but this time the title is pretty fast. And, yeah, and there are some mid-tempo songs. So, yeah, I mean, it's really. I'm very excited to just put this out.
Right.
Yeah,
and
I'm-
perform it too, right?
yeah, and
You got-
perform it. Yeah,
you got
yeah.
a bunch of performances too, right? So
Can I ask what inspired the title, Castle in the Air?
So the Castle in the Air, it's actually from this old book from like 1940s. I think that's how it started. And the whole meaning is like when you see a castle above the clouds, it's something that you can't really reach. It's an ideal thing that you can't really fulfill. Yeah. So I thought it kind of relates. It could be relatable to our lives, the way we live, because all the time we try to strive for like some kind of ideal things we just can't really achieve. It's we're basically waving our hands above the air,
Right.
and at the same time we're trying to release. and at the same time, we go meet people, we promote ourselves, we write songs to ask people to see us and everything. So it felt kind of ironic in a way, So we try to live as if we want to live. I mean, in the way that we want to live.
Was there something that happened in your life or like that influenced that perspective on like why you wanted to push that as a title?
Just living, I guess, being almost like in passing mid-30s, you have, you think a lot, about your
Yeah.
life,
Are you going through a midlife crisis right now?
maybe whole albums like that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically. I in a way I thought this album's kind of like a puberty thing, but at the same time, it's a midlife crisis. Who
So at
knows?
least you
it's a
vented
shift.
it through an album and not like doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, like
Yeah.
I guess thankful being a songwriter or at least writing your lyrics. It's basically you get to 칭얼대 to the world.
I definitely agree with the fact that like your perspective, thoughts, and your thoughts start to change a lot in your mid-30s. Yeah.
Like relationship wise, money wise, just being in a society wise, everything is kind of changing. After. I mean, being 20s, like you really don't care, like,
Right.
whatever. Like I'm the center of the world, but
Right.
like, and in the end, when you just get older, you realize you're just part of it, rather than
You're
just
just the ant.
Yeah, and that gives you perspectives, and I think that gives you more freedom in a sense. You just get to be more of you rather than
Nice.
be someone that you're not.
Yeah.
Today we're discussing
Being in your mid-30s, dating and relationships.
Do you remember what we talked about last time you were here?
Yeah, it was something about relationships, but it wasn't really exactly dating.
It was like kind of like friend.
It was a friend thing.
Mm,
Just like 사회생활, right? Like in general.
like friendship?
I think it was like friendship in 30s kind
Something like that. It was.
Or just dealing with people.
I don't know. I
We
don't
talked
have good
about like
memory.
having like social anxiety too.
Right.
A little bit, right?
Oh, how's your social anxiety these days?
I think I have this level of anxiety that it's like very Kate, when you wake up in the morning, you feel very anxious. And that level of anxiety just is there. So you have to really like calm yourself down. It just takes time to just go back just to calm yourself down, to just lower that anxiety, and then start your day.
Right when you wake up.
Yeah, usually that happens like in the morning, because and when you wake up, you just don't know what to do because you're so like you have that anxiety in you.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Have you pinpointed where that anxiety stems from?
I guess being in a midlife crisis.
It's not midlife yet.
Yeah,
you're still
for it.
so young. What are you talking about?
Midlife is like late 40s.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's what Peniel
Dude,
like.
man, why'd you say that? You have to say that to them.
Early midlife crisis.
But like I don't know how you guys like treat your mornings, but like for me, like whenever I wake up, it just takes. I need time to just just to calm myself down and to start the day.
So when you first thing you wake up, you don't look at your phone.
No, I do, but even when you look, whatever you do, like looking at your phone, not looking at your phone, just doing anything, just makes you like just starting the day itself.
Makes you anxious?
Just when soon as you open your eyes, you're like you're very 불안해.
Interesting.
You just have that.
Interesting.
I think I have not a high level of anxiety, but something that kind of like influences me to just get out of bed immediately and need to start working. Like I need to move. If I don't move, I start getting anxious.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
But
Like
that stems
a
from just
workaholic.
just feeling like I need to get something done today in order for my future to move and to, I guess, ultimately make money to support myself.
Yeah, but I feel like we all have like some kind of social anxiety. Well, except Peniel. Like
공감을 전혀 못하는.
yeah, Peniel's just like
No feelings.
what is
I think I need some.
Yeah, you definitely need some.
But this is like the most successful life, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not having,
stress.
too many worries or stress and not letting it get to you.
Like when you don't really need to be that anxious about anything in the morning, Like
Yeah.
when you wake up, no one really cares about
Do
you.
you like wake up and like even when you like check your phone, are you like
No, phone. Don't you guys have this? Like, I don't. For me, like, I have like when stress가 어느 정도 되면 at a certain level of stress, you just have hard time just replying
yeah, me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
and like calling people and just,
Right.
Yeah.
just that happens. Yeah.
Has it been like that for your
I-
entire life, or just like, was it like when you entered your 30s? or
I
like-
think it's when as soon as I realized I'm living as a musician, that just certain
that
level
instability.
of that instability itself gives you certain levels of anxiety. Don't you guys have that though?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think
definitely.
everyone's always like chasing for the next level, but nothing is like for sure. And there's always new players coming out, and it's like just the music world is constantly overflooded and oversaturated more and more.
changing.
Yeah, by like the week, pretty much.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
exposed to it so much because of like social media too, right?
True.
Yeah.
Like, You
But
get-
I'll say this: there's only one Isaac Hong.
Exactly, man.
know.
yeah?
There's only
True
one.
that.
You guys should check out his album.
God damn
Check
it.
it out.
I can't say anything.
Thank you guys.
True that. True that.
Yes, exactly.
No, I
True
felt
that.
though. I felt that. I definitely
Yeah.
felt it. That's
Yeah, it's a good perspective to wake up and just be like, if it starts with anxiety, just be like, but there's only one of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, look in the mirror and be like, it's only you.
Yeah.
But don't you guys have those? Like, I guess you guys are more. Are you guys happy like when you guys wake up in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. These days I am. What the heck? No, but these days I am because of the weather.
Yes.
It just makes me
when it's
happy.
sunny,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
It's
like,
so
weather's
nice these days, so
I want
yeah.
to go outside.
But
I
the
wanna walk.
weather affects me a lot. I feel like every morning, yeah.
That's nice.
Maybe
Like-
you should be more in tune with nature. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
help with anxiety.
You should
Yes.
stop working.
Take a walk outside in the sun.
And
like,
working out is good for mental
Right.
health too.
That's true.
So you
Yeah.
should start working out too.
I went to Namansansong.
Don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, okay, continue.
It's like mountain area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So nice if you go like this time of the year.
Is it far from here?
Not that far. It's
That's
only
a
like
good
30
place
minutes.
for dating, I think.
oh, did you go on a
we
date?
know what he was
No,
doing.
it's
just-
Alright.
I went
See,
with Leo.
relationships today. So.
Leo?
You can
Just
take
you
a
and
dog.
Leo?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really
You took
nice.
Leo to impress who?
Impress someone there if I found somebody. Yeah. No, but it was really nice. And like that kind of stuff, like looking like, it's like different perspective, right? And you see like the soul, like the city itself so far away. And you feel like, oh, I'm just a
And
Ant. It reminds you once
speck of
again. Yeah, I'm
dust.
just a speck of dust.
On this bigger speck of dust.
Exactly.
I'm nothing. Everyone is nothing.
There's no need to stress.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
More
Wait,
nature, workout. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, so Isaac, are you dating?
What?
No,
what?
that just.
No, I mean we're talking about
segue.
dating today,
Yeah.
but
I thought you were shooting your shot.
Am I allowed? No, I'm not dating.
no, because I know you can't be honest. You can't be honest. You can't be honest. It's just I don't know if he
I
could
can
be
be
honest.
I could be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to though, do you guys?
I don't want to.
I can be honest. My company will probably cut it out. But right now, I can be honest. I'm not dating.
How do you think dating changed for you from your 20s and now? I mean, you're not dating right now, but I'm sure you have dated in your 30s.
I had really bad dating experiences in 20s.
Oh no.
So that affected me in my 30s. Dating
Can you be
experiences.
more, a little
Bad
bit more
as in-
descriptive, like bad experiences or?
toxic people?
Cheating?
No, not cheating, but it's more like 어장.
Oh, what? Well, so you were
I was in that pool.
in the pool.
So
So
he was the one that was kind of like one of many people that
fishes in the
yes.
urn.
Yeah.
Urn?
In the-
I mean, in
what?
the what is it called?
Pond?
Pond?
The pond. Why did I say urn? No, my bad. Yeah, so 어장 is like how do you describe 어장 in English?
I would just say a fish tank.
A fish
Like,
tank,
you're
exactly,
a fish in
a
a
fish
fish
tank.
tank.
like
and, like,
situationships.
yeah, and you're just
Yeah.
kind of like keeping your options open, but then
Yeah.
kind of leading on those options simultaneously. Yeah.
So,
And
yeah. I mean, what really sucked was about like whenever there was this girl and she, I don't know, she was like affectionate. I guess she was doing some things that feels more
Couple like?
couple like
Than a friend.
Yeah, than a friend. And then I began to have feelings for her, and then I realized she was doing that to every friend around.
Damn it.
Yeah.
was she just like that type where in her world and in her head she doesn't have those type of feelings, but she's just, let's say, like physically more flirty, but like without the intent? Is there such thing? Like actually, from a girl's perspective, you know when you're being flirty, right? But are those
know, right?
there are those
Yeah.
types of girls or even men too that like are extra flirty without knowing?
Yeah, like extra touchy.
Yeah,
they
and
don't
I
know.
think, but I think like specifically in your early years too is when like you're less conscious of it. So you become more mindful of it as you live. But I think like early 20s, there I had some friends that were like that too. But I think like it's completely natural to
No,
also
they know.
fall.
They know.
Oh, they know?
Girls
They know.
They know? You know? You
know.
know? How could you? Oh my God!
They know.
You're so mean!
So mean.
we know.
Broke my heart.
And when you think about it, when you grow up in a Western culture, maybe being more touchy could be a little more
Acceptable.
acceptable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
being an Asian, like she was actually a Korean girl, and she being like that, it was definitely
what's
not
she
like
doing?
that.
Like what
Where was she
doing?
touching?
Well, wait, why do you say
What's like,
Belly dancer?
Did she hold your hand?
no, not that.
Like
but-
like the arm touch, like that kind of thing. Like
leaning your
you're
head
so
on the
funny.
shoulder?
Like, yeah.
Like-
yeah, those little things. I mean, that also did, but also like when we're like just she was more touchy, I guess. But she did that to everyone, and the way she did everything
With
like.
heart emojis?
Okay.
Oh, the way
Yeah.
she would
그러니까 막
text.
우리가 보통 선을 넘는 그런 게 있잖아요.
Yeah.
Whenever you.
Very flirty stuff.
Yeah, and she did that to everyone. And I thought she wasn't like that, but she did. I realized she was doing that,
It's a red
and
flag, man.
it was very intentional in a way.
Yeah.
So that really sucked.
Excessive intimacy.
May I ask how long?
That was like for me. I liked her for like I don't know. It was first like 3 months. I didn't know, but later I found out through a friend of like we all had she actually kind of like dismantled all the French our group because of that. So it was really bad.
So that was in your 20s.
That was in my 20s, and another girl that I liked. I think I really liked her, but like I didn't realize at the time. But when I went back in time, like there were moments when her ex-boyfriend was calling when I was with her, and she was like just walking out to get her phone call from. I mean, like and I didn't know. I wasn't really thinking about like whatever it was, and later I realized those things kind of happen in front of me. Like what? Why are you so
Why are
smiling?
you, why are you
Why
like
are you
holding in your
holding your
laugh?
laugh?
I'm not holding in my lap. I'm just enjoying this so much.
Why? Why? Okay.
Because it's
Enjoying just
fun.
another
Okay,
man's
okay.
pain.
Yeah,
over
you're
his
talking about his pain. You're like,
No, he seems like he has a lot to like get out. Like
I
you
love
know,
it.
He's like
Yeah,
he's
no,
like
no.
ranting. So
I
I'm
love
like,
it, though.
yes.
My
tell
20s.
us.
So my
perfect.
20s relationship because of those two girls, it kind of like it was.
did you ever confront her about?
I think I might know where some of your anxieties.
Maybe,
it's all from women.
maybe.
But you've learned from this, right? So like now in your 30s, if you spot these red flags, you will just like cut them out, right? Or like
Yeah, but 그 부작용은 side effects is it's really hard to actually open
Yourself
open
up.
myself
or
up.
trust, right?
Yeah, because it was. I think I
Are
have
you-
trust issues.
F.
I'm T.
you're T?
You're a T.
I'm
Really?
See, MBTI is.
Wait, what's your MBTI?
90% T.
What's your MBTI?
ENTP.
You're E?
I'm like 50%. It doesn't matter, but it's fine.
You're INTP?
He like gave it. It's like you're E.
뭐 그렇게까지 놀랄 것 같진 않은데 뭐.
manipulated his MBTI.
It's not E. It's not E. Wait, what? Really?
I'm T. You're T. You're T. Yeah.
So I had trust issues now in 30s.
Okay.
So
Or
for me,
Those two girls.
more for trust issues? Is it more for like kind of relationship or like just people in general? Yeah.
I have mostly relationships.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, just being friends or being in a society. I mean, that's all good. But generally, like, it's really hard to open my 뭐라 해야지 마음을 이렇게 열어서 이렇게
Open up
좋아하고
don't
오픈업하는
be
게
don't be afraid of getting hurt.
Yeah, man.
You gotta
Yeah, Ashley, don't be afraid of getting.
I'm not. Like, I always give love a chance. I'm not afraid of being hurt. Like, I would rather experience and go through a heartbreak than like nothing at all because I will still feel so much and I will still learn so much from it. Like, I'm never afraid of heartbreak. Like, I will go after whoever I want and like I will love. I will love.
Let's clip this.
Clip it.
3 heartbreaks later. Let's
I know.
I'm just
I
kidding.
know.
No, you're not gonna have another heartbreak. Actually,
No,
you're
no,
gonna be
because
good.
no, but I feel like maybe I'm so confident in saying this because I've never been so heartbroken in my life. Like if I was heartbroken to the point where I couldn't like go on with my life, then maybe I can't say something like this.
No.
But I mean, right now, like I don't think I've been that hurt, so I could say it confidently. Like I'm not afraid of being hurt.
But yeah.
I guess I can't just like say this to anybody because what if they were like really hurt and they just like went through so much.
Well, you just kind of did.
Well, this is how I live my life,
Yeah,
okay?
okay.
I'm
I
not
respect
afraid
it.
of being hurt.
That's good.
yeah.
Let's get into love languages.
Love languages.
I don't even know what my love languages are anymore.
Love languages.
Really, I just took it again like last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you come out? Let's go first with Ashley.
My number 1 is quality time.
You took it last night?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Again. Second one was acts of service. Third one was words of affirmation. Fourth one was gifts. And then fifth one was physical touch.
So for quality time, what would you consider like real
Like
quality?
I need your undivided attention.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that, being together is not quality time. It's like you're not
on your phone.
on your phone, you're listening to me, you're focusing on me, you're like giving me your undivided attention. That's what I consider quality time.
I have a question, Ashley. Are you the more like conversation wise? You're the one who kind of like keeps it going, or do you need
Leads the
someone
conversation?
to
Ask
like
you
lead you in
questions.
conversations?
Ask how you are.
No, I lead.
Oh, you lead. Wow, amazing. Amazing.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
there's two types for that. When you say love language, I heard that giving 할 때 love language가 있고
Oh,
Yeah.
receiving 할
Yeah,
때가
yeah,
있잖아.
yeah.
There's two
Yeah.
types.
These
right.
are the ones I like to receive.
Receive.
Yeah.
What?
Receiving.
Yeah.
What about giving?
I don't know.
You don't know your love language when
She
you
doesn't
give?
care about the other person.
Give it to me. Listen to me. Love
Quality
me.
time with me. No phone, just me.
No, me for sure. My giving number 1 is acts of service because I'm like oldest daughter. you know, like that 장녀, K 장녀 style. So I always want to like do something for them.
Yeah.
So in my past relationships, I feel like I've always been kind of like the mom. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I definitely see that.
right? And I want to stop that. Like I want to be the baby now. I want to be taken care of. I want to stop like doing things for people. I mean, I will still do it, but like, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm taking care of a son.
No, you know what's interesting though? Me and Peniel were talking yesterday, and you know how you mentioned like what a successful relationship looks like.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know if it's like successful, but they said like, I'm sure this is like one of like millions of psychiatrists or whatever, but they did say that like a healthy relationship should look like, from a boy's perspective, like they're taking care of a daughter, and then from a girl's perspective, they're taking care of a son. Like both of them should kind of see it that way.
That's the healthy, like.
That's a healthy relationship.
Yeah. But then it kind of made sense for me too, also because like when you're in a relationship and like to your girlfriend as men, we kind of become like
Babies.
little kids. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. Like you
Yeah.
want to be cuddled. Rock-a-bye,
Why do you have to say like you want to be cuddled? You want to be cuddled?
You know
That
those
little
memes where
baby.
the boys are like with their boys like, yo, okay, we're at peace, and then they go home, they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
They pull
being-
out the phone. They're like,
it's like that.
yeah.
Which I understand. It's totally understandable.
Would you feel like girls are similar in a way where like you just want to be taken care of too, as if you were a daughter?
But I do know some people that don't like that. Like they just want to be the caretaker. So it's not for everyone, I guess. Everyone's different.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Yeah.
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 Do you
What
know your love language?
For me, receiving is kinship. What do you call that? What do you call it?
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah, a lot of
physical
guys
touch. Yeah, a
are.
lot of guys. Like I heard 90% of guys are like that. And giving is time. So
Quality
me
time.
spending time to you, it's for me is an act
showing.
of showing love. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah,
I
he's
feel like a
busy
lot
man.
of musicians for giving, it's like time.
Oh,
Because they're like, oh, like I'm not working right now to spend time with you.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not in the
right.
studio. I'm here with you.
so
Yeah, you too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It
too?
makes sense.
You guys
no,
too?
I don't know what mine are.
What is the thing that you want to do with her? Like, is it just doing like having time with her, or do you want to give her the present, or like?
No, it's not giving
like,
presents
cook.
for sure. But like giving and receiving, I don't like presents. I don't really care too much about. I think my giving is acts of service.
Yeah. You always like pick them up.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that. He's very inviting as well.
I think his last one would be words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Definitely the last one.
I think giving and receiving. I think words of affirmation
It's not there.
probably
No.
pretty
there at all.
low.
I think in my 20s, physical touch was pretty big. But as I enter like my mid 30s, acts of service I think got bigger. But in a way where it's just like we could be doing nothing, but how do we make doing nothing also memorable later down the line for us to talk about? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That becomes quality time.
Yeah. Maybe quality time is more appropriate for what I just said. But I guess like once your proximity to death becomes shorter, you start really like
Guys, we're still
you
young,
know,
man.
we are. But I'm saying like we're getting closer and closer, right? Inevitably.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
I think when that starts to happen and that becomes a perspective, you really start to value your time.
I don't know, when you said
Yes.
proximity to death, sounded
Yeah.
like it's gonna
I
be like next month or
know.
something.
Have you
Yeah.
been thinking about death a lot, sir?
No, I think Beef kind of did that for me a little bit because
okay.
the producer Lee Sung-jin was talking about it, like what the difference is between the perspective of millennials and Gen Z is, and the reason for that is because of their proximity to death. Yeah, because you start learning and experiencing a lot differently.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing that kind of correlates a little bit because how are you going to spend the rest of your time that you have with someone that you love? Yeah. Sorry, I got like super deep and dark.
very-
As soon as you said death, I was like,
Real, bro.
But that's like stuff you don't think about in your 20s, you know?
Do you have like those words that you want to put it in your grave? Like
Oh, on your tombstone?
yeah, on the
Tombstone?
tombstone.
It's a good question.
whoa, never
I
thought
want
about
something
that.
witty.
I've
Something
never
witty?
thought about
Yeah.
it.
I mean, people who think about death a lot, I think they would actually
Yes.
think about.
Okay,
those
so
things.
do you have
No,
one?
I don't have one.
You
but-
don't think about death.
Yeah, I don't think
I
about
don't think
death.
about
but-
death either.
Like, here lies Ashley, full of who was full of life.
Who was
and
all about me.
Was never afraid of heartbreak.
But they only
Skin was
have
flawless.
they only have that in like America though, right? I mean, they don't have. Korea doesn't have that.
Korea doesn't have like those
sure.
They don't-
messages, right?
They do.
Don't-
They
Oh,
do.
really?
Oh, they do.
But you don't really. You put like Bible verse.
Right.
Or-
Don't most people do like they do cremation and urns, don't they? Do
Yeah.
they do?
You can still put messages.
Yeah, that's what an urn is.
I don't know why you have fish in an urn.
My bad,
Junie,
bro.
but,
I've never
you know,
had a
that's
fish
something
before.
like, you know,
Clearly, I've never had.
might need to
pet
go to a
fish.
psychiatrist.
yeah.
I don't know, but
Wrong word.
No, I think you can, but I don't. You don't. I think that's not like a Korean culture thing.
right?
Yeah.
I think it's more like a Western.
Yeah.
Because they don't do too many like tombstones in
Yeah,
Korea, right?
not
It's
enough
more
land.
cremation and urn.
These days, but
Right.
there are still a lot of tombstones there
Yeah,
still.
in the countryside.
I thought about what I would write on my will,
What are you gonna
like
write?
how I would write it.
Okay.
Like I wanted to. I would write it. Try to be funny
Okay.
for the person reading. Why are you smiling?
Because I want to hear like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
you would
No, I
start.
don't. I've never thought about
I
it
want-
like.
I wanna
the
hear
detail. But like, if
what
it
you
was-
think
You
is
know what
funny.
I feel like it would start with? Hi guys.
It's me,
Yeah,
Junie.
yeah. If I had kids, like I'd probably like joke around a little bit. And,
Sorry,
if
I
had
went
more
first.
than one. Like I would joke around with the oldest
Percentage?
child,
Oh.
and then I'd be like, it doesn't all go to you and stuff like that. Kind of like tease him a little bit.
To make them
Yeah.
smile, essentially, right?
Yeah, why, dude?
You're
She's
gonna
like,
mention us too, right? Get Real hosts.
am I will?
Yeah.
Why would we?
I mean,
be-
there's a lot of people to
Yeah,
talk
sure.
about.
Yeah.
Of course, of course,
you.
yeah.
I wanna do
Me,
that
me,
though.
me, me, me.
I wanna do that though. I saw it on Instagram not too long ago, but before he died, he like recorded himself like screaming like, "What are you doing?
Get me out of here!
Oh, yeah.
dude, that's
Hey,
so
yeah.
sad.
It's dark in here. I can't see it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when they're lowering his casket, they turn the audio on from inside the casket, and it sounds like he's like
Yeah.
in there like, "Hey, what are you doing? Let me out!"
No, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. It's about her. It's about her.
I think I'm gonna cry
I'm-
too much.
I think it's cool to like. I mean, if you were that like comical type of character throughout life, I think it's kind of cool to just lighten the mood because death is
Yeah.
just such a sad thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I wanna do that.
Let's try a balance game.
ooh,
Let's balance game
Okay.
it. Let's go.
Ghosting or over communicating?
What's the over communicating? What's
So
the,
it's literally like,
Literally, you
"Hi,
have
I
to
just
be on
woke
your-
up. I'm brushing my teeth now. Oh, I'm taking
Yeah,
I'm taking
like-
my morning shit."
And then
Yeah.
Let's say you're,
You get a call.
recording, right?
You get a call. It's like 왜 대답 안 해?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
왜? 내 신경 안 쓰여?
So every take of recording you do, like in the studio, every take you gotta pull out your phone and like reply.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or you're like trying to record and it's just
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
I think
ghosting. versus
Ghosting is-
over-communicating. Ghosting is literally just like, "Hi, I woke up," and then they disappear, and
The
then
whole day.
before they go to sleep, "Good night."
I'd rather do ghosting.
Yeah. If you live a very busy life and if you spend quality time when you're together, I'd rather do the ghosting.
Ghosting.
Yeah, I can't live with the over.
I mean, like, there are people that I need to talk to in front of me. I can't,
Right.
like,
Yeah, you
constantly
can't
go
be
on
on
my
your phone.
phone.
But what
and
if
just, like, reply.
ghosting? It's like they were at like 술jari and then they ghost.
I wouldn't want to date someone like that. But
I think the 20-year-old me would prefer over communicating. I think the 30-year-old me is more towards ghosting.
that's it.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But like I don't have to respond, right? They could just send me like 100 texts and I
No,
could
but
just
then they keep calling
see.
you. Like, why aren't you responding?
I'll just ignore it.
They're gonna keep calling you.
That's scary. That's
That is
stalking.
scary.
But they would both drive me crazy because the first one I'd be like, what the heck is this guy doing that they're not responding?
First one is gonna like mentally like,
Mentally.
you're gonna be like, what are you?
Yes.
But then that one is just like annoying. Like
Yeah.
You would essentially become the person that's ghosting.
yeah,
Exactly. What do you choose, Peniel?
probably ghosting.
Yeah.
Everyone's ghosting. You
Yeah.
too. Ghosting.
I mean, it really depends on the situation, I think. But
Yeah.
in this case, then
But
I'd
like
rather
if
choose
it's like
ghosting.
if you have to choose one or the other though, it's like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ghosting.
Okay.
Yeah, ghosting. Being the chaser versus being chased.
Yeah.
I think this really depends on how good you are at chasing.
Okay, let's pick first and then argue.
Okay, one,
Okay.
two, three.
Being chased.
Chaser. Oh.
Wait, what? Raise your hand for chaser. Being the chaser.
Oh, well, that.
Well, you guys are. Yeah.
And
Being
then
the
Isaac knows.
chaser versus
Isaac
being
knows.
chased?
being chased, raise your hand. Hurry up, Peniel.
What's chaser?
I think you're chaser.
You're a chaser,
guess
definitely a
chaser.
chaser.
Yeah.
Would you date someone that likes you first?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
always does that. He
Oh.
never likes someone first.
Jeez. Alright. Okay.
Because there was a few,
Yeah. Okay.
but I
BM.
feel like the relationship lasts longer if I'm the chaser.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
for guys. I feel like if you're the chaser.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that too.
Okay, why do you guys like being the chaser?
I think the balance is better
Yeah.
with in a relationship
Yeah.
because usually guys it's harder to focus on the significant other
Yeah.
like the other person. 좋아하는 사람이 그러니까 내가 관심사가 그 사람한테 가야 relationship이 긴
Exactly.
거야.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if I'm the chaser, 그러면은 관심사가 생각보다 적으니까 그 사람의 관계가 유지되기 어려운 것 같아요. 오히려 남자는.
Oh, you're a 나쁜 남자.
No, this is being a really good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to have sincere feelings if you want to start a relationship.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but usually I think
Oh,
that
okay,
works.
okay.
The good relationship works better when guys actually
Guys, like,
chase
yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never.
I mean,
I've never had a relationship where someone the person liked me first. I've
Oh,
never had a
really?
relationship like that.
No one's ever liked you first.
Yeah, no one's ever liked me first, and I like it that way. I like.
Nah, they just haven't told you.
Yeah, Junie.
Yeah.
You just like me
harder.
too much, man.
Chase harder. So I'm looking at this under the premise that I'm also interested in that person too.
Yeah.
So if I'm chased for me, I'm kind of chicken shit because I need to feel that like interest first, or else I just won't chase. Yeah. Like if you play hard to get, I will not know you're interested. That's just where it'll be. You know, I'm like, oh, she doesn't like me. Okay.
But what if you're super interested in them?
That,
You're
that,
even
that will go away. I will quit so fast if I feel like the girl does. I don't know if it's like an ego thing or if it's like a trauma thing from when I was young or like what it is. But like, if there's any disinterest showed, just boop. Okay.
Because you're afraid
On to
of
the next one.
rejection.
I think so. That might be one of them. Yeah. But then like if I'm chased first and like it's also someone that I find interesting, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Success.
What about you, Ashley?
I mean, who doesn't like being chased?
Right.
Good point.
Right?
Good point.
But have you ever chased yourself?
Myself?
No, like you've chased.
She's like a
someone.
dog
You've
chasing
chased
her own
someone.
tail.
No, you've chased. You've chased.
Yeah?
When?
I feel like you have.
She's playing with her hair. She's lying.
I'm trying to think.
You like slid
Thinking
into
about all
DMs
the
and stuff
boys.
first.
But that was just like the initiation that I did. But after that, they like fell for me and they were chasing me.
Ooh.
I don't think I ever.
He's not having it. Look at his face. He's just
But that
pissed
doesn't
off.
like it wasn't persistent. It was just like yeah, I slid into the DM once, but like after that, it was just like it flowed.
You flowed.
Can I
It
ask
wasn't
what
like
you said?
constantly like.
How'd you slide? What's
Did
your,
you
what's
just send
your
like
thing?
was it like an emoji?
Fire emoji.
Yeah.
No, it was very natural because we met through work and I was just like, hey, like, good job today. I hope you had fun. And then they were like, oh, yeah, thank you. And then it ended there. So I was like, it can't end like this. So I was like, oh, I hope we can run into each other again. And he was like,
See, so you did
That's
chase.
Super
and he was like, oh, I hope so too. Ended and I was like, it can't end like this. And I was like, when are you free? We should get coffee.
It sounds like you were the chaser.
See?
Yeah, you
Oh,
were
you're
definitely the
chasing.
chaser.
What do you mean? Naturally.
Did you did, well, so you ended up meeting.
Yeah.
And then from there is when he started chasing?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So that was all
You did
the
chase.
fishing hook. She was just like,
Yeah.
hey.
Or maybe the guy was just super pro. Like he knew that she would act this way, and he was like, oh yeah, like kind of kept on disconnecting the combo. You know.
But you didn't end up feeling like it should be prolonged, the relationship.
What do you mean?
Like what happened after that?
this was the person I dated for 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry. I don't know the backstory. So.
Oh, I thought you knew. I was like, what are you talking about?
I didn't know the backstory. Sorry. Yeah. I guess I caught on like after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dating your opposite versus dating your twin. So someone similar to you or someone completely different to your lifestyle.
Well, this one's hard.
I'm gonna go. I have one. I already know. I already know.
I've decided.
Okay, let's
You
hear
guys
it.
decided? Oh no, we'll do 1, 2, 3. Choose.
No, I want to hear Junie's first.
Opposite. For sure.
Isaac?
I'm on his side.
Yeah. See, dude, we're so
나도
we're so
opposite.
similar.
All opposite.
Let's go.
Really?
Okay. What about you, Peniel?
Am I the only one that's twin?
You love yourself.
He loves himself too much,
You love yourself.
but she won't
No,
be as
but-
good as you, huh?
But this is hard because,
No, because I don't. Yeah, no.
yeah, I mean, there's traits that
Wait,
like.
what are you? You didn't say yours.
I'm like so dead in the middle. Because there's stuff I freaking hate about me, and then there's stuff that like I would like the other person to have. That
I mean,
like
I'm in the middle too, but if I have to choose one, I'm
more
leaning
towards twin.
Yeah.
I
No,
think I'm
but-
more towards twin.
Peniel, you would be so compatible with your twin because you guys are both like not emotional. So you
Yeah,
guys-
no, I don't want like
Yeah.
this.
Right.
아, 맞네.
That's why- that's
for him,
why
for him,
Yeah.
yeah,
opposite,
twin is
I'm like,
perfect
oh.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be too crazy.
Yeah,
It
because
was
if they're
opposite
like
of you.
this, I'm like, if they're like going like crazy, I'm like, hey, come back down. And if they're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, come back up. And
Yeah.
that's just gonna drain me. I'm gonna be like,
Right. Why opposite for you guys? Because I'm kind of like, I guess somewhat
because
similar.
they're
to
like this
Peniel.
probably, so
Oh,
they need
yeah.
someone to.
No.
You guys need someone
That's
to
a little
fix it.
true. It's a little true. But it's like you get inspiration. I tend to get inspiration from significant other, and like
right.
you get like different perspective is so good for me, especially when we're creating
He's
stuff.
trying to use
right?
them for music.
You're thinking more like on the mental aspect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
No, he's thinking more on the
No,
business
because I
side.
know. No, because I know that I am so sensitive in a way, so I need to see things in different perspective. And if
Right.
I have a significant other that's opposite of me, then I can learn. Oh, like there's a way to approach things this way rather than me always going to this direction.
Junie, can I ask
Write
if
music about
like there's anything that like successfully came out as that stemmed from an influence of dating someone that's opposite of you?
Yes.
Mad
Yeah.
music, right?
Yeah.
What song?
Like even one of like my most
Recent songs?
Yeah, or like even the ones that are like loved the most.
Yeah.
Like I'm not much of a like song like Invitation would be something that I wouldn't say myself.
Oh.
But during that time when I was dating someone, I had that crazy like 20s like 뜨거운 열정적인
Yeah.
you know
Passionate.
passionate relationship.
Yeah.
It would make me think that sort of way.
Are you pretty imaginative?
Very I'm
He's an N.
Yo, I'm
Okay.
like
Like, so
literally
N,
this is
super N.
how imaginative I am. I'm walking Leo and I see like a dad with like a to-go chicken.
Yeah.
And like I imagine him going home with his kids like enjoying the food.
What
That's
the heck?
pretty like I feel like that's what it'll do. Or not-
Really?
What about you guys? Do you guys imagine that?
And like I imagine
Well,
like
I'm also an N. I'm also very imaginative.
I imagine like a movie scene, like him coming home and the
like,
kids are like, yeah, like I
Yeah.
imagine that.
Yeah.
And it's like his salary in like months.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
saved
Like
up
he's
so
like,
much to get this chicken.
I know, and he feels really happy and like it's such
Everyone's
a
just
warm
poor.
family. I don't know, man. I'm just like I think that way.
It's
Sometimes.
a story. It's like a moving
I create
story in
stories.
your head, right?
Yeah, like-
I do that
yeah,
too,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, you're super N.
Yeah, I am.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Do you,
Interesting.
Isaac? Isaac, do you do that?
I do a lot of imaginations, but usually it goes to a little dark.
Dark.
Yeah.
dark.
So let's say that
Well,
happens.
he gets like hit by a car on the way home. With
So they
the
don't get
chicken.
to eat the chicken?
Yeah, and then maybe sometimes I do
Something
that,
like
but
that, yeah,
let's
yeah.
say just imagining what happens after dad brings
Yeah,
that
yeah,
chicken
yeah.
home, but the dog maybe eats the bone, it gets like choked, and he goes to the hospital,
Jesus.
and what
Oh,
happens
God.
after that? You know those
Oh my
things.
goodness.
Just,
Oh,
just
yeah,
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah.
You know what it is? Because also for me too, I automatically went to the negatives of dating your twin and your opposite. It's your proximity to death.
Yo, this guy's
He's the
plugging his
closest.
goddamn show. He's plugging his show the whole time.
Aren't you still in your 20s, Junie?
No, I'm 30.
Oh, you are?
Like, you're
Yeah.
exactly
Oh,
30.
things are
I'm
going to
30
start
now.
changing a
Yeah.
little bit for
Wow,
you now.
we're all in our 30s now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Wow.
Honestly, the 30s are the best.
No, but yeah, definitely opposite rather than twin.
Me too.
I can't meet someone like myself.
I want someone
Interesting.
who's stable in all aspects because I'm like I have a job that's financially unstable. I'm kind of emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
So I want
Someone with stability.
I want someone who's like a tree, you know, like
Oh, tree.
yeah,
Do you know yours?
It's not- don't people usually say like a rock?
a rock. No, but I'm thinking like a tree because I'm thinking like
Roots?
the roots deep into the ground that they're not swayed by anything. I mean, rocks aren't swayed by much.
Do you guys know your saju thing?
Yeah.
Like what like element is
I'm water.
You're all water. So you need someone that's like
I need namu.
and namu.
Yeah, I need.
Oh, is that why you said tree?
okay.
Yes.
I'm all fire, right?
Whoa.
So I need.
You need to calm down.
I need to calm down. I need to calm down first of all. But no, yeah, I'm all fire. So I need to. What
You
do I
need
need?
water?
I need ground to like.
Oh, tang, hook.
Hook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
To
a little
like
bit of
put the
water.
fire out a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, to calm you
Yeah,
down.
so that's why even in Saju, like you need opposites
Oh, interesting.
That's
to balance
true.
it out. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta date opposites,
That's
not
true.
twin. Peniel.
But usually when you date or when you know someone, like when you're in a relationship, you naturally like you realize most of the time it's very opposite. Like the person that you meet,
yeah,
it's very
opposites
different.
attract.
Yeah. It's naturally goes that way.
Yeah.
I don't mind opposites. It's like it's fun a lot of times because it's like, oh, like I wouldn't really do this, but I'll
Yeah.
do it for them, and then like you like find out it's like, oh, it's actually fun or
Yeah.
something, But if it's like complete opposite of me versus a twin, I would
Rather have
prefer twin because like for me, like my emotion like is just like this all the time. But if I have to date someone that's like up and down all the time, I think
Stressful for
it
you.
probably lasts like a week, and I'd be like,
Bye bye.
yeah.
that
but-
sounds pretty stressful for you if that happens.
yeah.
Because I used to be like that in my 20s. I was like, there was no middle ground. I was either like super living my life the happiest or I was like rock bottom. And I think I've been in relationships or one relationship where my significant other was the exact same. Most toxic relationship I've ever been in.
Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
what
we
if
were
it's like-
early
it's like-
20s.
It's like this.
Yeah, right. So that's like essentially what the problem was. Yeah.
It feels like
it wasn't
together.
like
it feels
this.
like together.
It
I think
was
it'd be
like
okay. But
this.
if it's like
Yeah.
Oh,
But you know what's
no.
interesting? Actually, I think thinking about it, it's kind of okay.
Oh,
Because
really?
we would bring each other up when the other one's down. So we would meet in
so
the
this
middle.
is actually worse?
This is way worse.
Oh.
No, okay, let me rephrase. This is okay. This is so
okay,
bad.
okay,
I think
okay.
that's when like a lot of the toxic stuff happens. Yeah. When you're on the low simultaneously, yeah.
Okay, last one is saying I love you first versus never saying it first.
I can't help but to say it first, I think.
I always end up saying it first.
Yeah.
And I like tell myself, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Man, I said it. It's like always like that. Yeah, for some reason.
What's the fastest you think you said it first in a relationship?
Jeez.
1
2
hour.
hours?
It's like, hey, you want to go out? Sure, I love you.
Don't you all do that in junior high school? I think I did that in middle school.
Yeah, I think the younger you are, the faster it comes
Yeah.
out.
I think it was like my first like high school. Finally, I was chasing
well,
this girl for
that's
2
like-
years. Yeah, chasing this girl for 2 years. Finally became my girlfriend.
I love you.
And like I just wanted to say it, like it's like But then I told myself I'm not gonna say it. And then I think it was like the first week I was like
I'm
I
not gonna.
said,
I love you.
But it's like I didn't honestly. We're so young, so I probably it wasn't.
But not when
sincere.
you're young. So like, let's say like after we became adults.
I think a year.
Year?
Year in, I said.
How do you know when to say I love you?
You just feel it.
Like
It was-
what kind of feeling is it?
It's random. It just comes random. Like it's not. It doesn't need to be romantic or anything. You're just together.
Was it real?
What the hell? What am I saying something wrong?
It's because of you. It's because of her. It's 'cause of her.
What?
She was just like, how do you know when to say I was like,
No, because
"Whoa,
everyone
what does
has
it feel
different
like?"
standards. Like, everyone has different.
You know
But
what it
just
is?
Meaning
look
of
like
love.
So clueless at the
It's
time.
usually when you're together and there's nothing happening,
Yeah.
and then you just look at your significant other, and then they just 그냥 너무 행복해.
Like, you
you
just
just
feel
feel
like you
happy
love
that
them.
you're just happy that they exist.
Is this from
Okay,
personal
but-
experience?
But you can feel happy, but is that like how do you know it's love?
So I think a good question is how would you could describe or define love?
Wait, do you feel the same with "I love you" and "사랑해"? Like
Oh, no,
Korean
it's
and English?
different.
Oh, it's different.
It feels
It's
way
different.
different.
Yeah.
Right? So "I love you" it feels a little more lighter. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
why.
more
Yeah.
casual.
Really?
Yeah,
If I say
it's more
사랑해, I
casual.
feel like I have to propose to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
사랑해 feels way heavier. So
Really?
when you say it in English, like "I love you," okay, maybe that's easier for me
Yeah.
to say it first. But like "사랑해," it's like takes time.
Yeah.
But I think, for me, I think it's because, like when we're younger, like we just say it. And then obviously, since I grew up in the States, like since we're like, like junior high, like high school, you're just like, oh, love you, love you, love you. Like you just throw it around.
The 사랑해
And
is
then
like only in
사랑해,
dramas
like, it's
and
like
movies.
after I became you know, it's like after I came to Korea,
Mm.
and then I came to Korea when I was, I think, like 18, like Korean age. And then, you know, you like learn Korean and stuff. And then, you know, I'm dating like when I'm like a little older than like whatever. So I'm just like, oh, it's like 사랑이 kind of feels burdening a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
It
it's
does,
like,
it does.
I feel like in your 20s, I love you kind of correlates more to like,
It's always
I
that.
love the time I spend with you. But then in your 30s, for me, I think it's like, how much would I sacrifice for you? And how much would you sacrifice for me? How much have you sacrificed, or how much have we sacrificed for each other?
Oh, it's like, so it's transactional?
In a way, but I think like, is it for the intent of gaining something, or is it just because you care about the person? So if it's transactional, I don't think it would be. It would actually be love. I think
Right.
if it really comes from like,
very calculated. Then.
yeah, if it comes from just wanting to take care of them and like not expecting anything in return, I think then it's love.
If it's transactional, that's not true sacrifice. That's like, you're thinking of it as like an investment.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah. Like you.
No.
Huh?
For me,
A true musician would do that. Yeah.
I don't know when I just feel like when you feel love. Going back, I kept thinking about that. Like, when do you feel like you love this
When
person?
you got a new idea for a song.
No, it's more when it's like you just feel thankful that they have feelings for you too, and they're in your life.
Yeah. Some people are very, they're like cheap with their I love yous. Like they don't
do you
like to
mean?
say it.
Oh, uh-huh.
I
I don't say it too
Wouldn't
much.
that be opposite? Being cheap with I love you, just saying it too much.
Yeah. So like, what would you prefer? Like, you know, like they say it like, let's say they say it once a year, but they actually mean it, versus just like,
I love you.
it's just like out of habit. Just like every time you call, it's like, okay, bye, I love you. Okay, bye. They don't mean it though.
Does
Like, good
saying
morning,
I
love you,
love you
okay.
once a year also come with gifts?
Oh my god.
Talk about
Why do you
transactional.
이거 편집 많이 해야겠다 누나.
Like gifts.
I can't. He goes. I can't save you anymore.
They could give you
I'm just
gifts
giving an
throughout the
example.
year.
I'm just
They could
giving
give
an
you gifts throughout the
example.
year without saying I love you.
Does your
It's just-
okay? Clearly, a lot of your I love yous came with gifts.
No, they didn't. But I'm just
Clearly,
saying it
a
was
lot
just
of your I love
once a
yous came
year.
after fights
No.
with gifts. I'm sorry, and I love you with the gift.
But oh man, that's also tough too, because saying it on a basis and just like regularly, like after a phone call, right before you hang up, it doesn't mean that you don't mean it.
No, but it's,
It's
just
just
like,
like-
it's just like, you know, it's just like habitual,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's an effect of saying it once every like in a while. It just means more, and like you 설레 more. But then like saying it regularly, it's just like, oh, okay, another thing we say to each other.
But can you say like when you can casually say it, that means that actually says that that's the length of time you spent together. So I mean, I know that emotion could be kind of dull in a way, but at the same time, you can constantly say it to that person. That means like you're closer to them.
That's true.
But for me, like it's really hard for me to say I love you. It takes a long time for me
Really?
to
Like
say
more
it.
than
Even
a
when you're
year?
dating?
Yeah, like sometimes it
Oh
does.
wow.
Wow.
It's just
I don't really see it.
yeah, it's really hard to say it. It's I mean, I have feelings for that person, but,
But
it's
it's
not like it's like I'm never like eager to say it, or I'm not I don't have that feeling of saying like wanting to say I love you to that person. It just takes time.
Yeah.
So
I think I've dated someone for like 2 years before, and then I think I said it maybe like 3 or 4 times, only.
Did you say it first, or was it because
No.
they said it first?
Oh, you said it because they said it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
I
guess
think like the only time I said it first was maybe in like, cause they like letters. Like I like
Junie, Ashley, are you guys like
I
the
don't
type
like
to
saying
say
it.
it often, or just once in a while?
I think every night before sleeping.
Well, when you break out of you finally say it. Then
Yeah.
I start saying it often.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Because it's a good
Oh,
reminder.
so like after a week.
Yeah.
No, that
the
doesn't
first
count.
week.
That doesn't count.
So after the first week, you just say it.
Yeah. It lightens up the mood and it makes your day better.
And sometimes you want to let them know. You want to let them know that.
No, but I think I should say it more.
What about breakups in your 30s?
Breakup. I feel like breakups kind of get easier.
Does it get easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it depends.
easier and maybe somewhat what do you call it? Okay, 약간
I think it's because we're T though.
Maybe.
I think the pain doesn't last as long as it did, like your earlier relationships.
30대 좀 따지잖아요, 근데.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
pickier.
Yeah.
You become
Like
pickier.
with who you date to
Yeah,
begin with.
because as we what do you call it? As we get closer to death.
Proximity to death.
I mean, the proximity of death is getting smaller.
Yeah.
You know, we have the people that we try to meet. You know, it becomes a little more serious.
Yeah.
And a little more picky in a sense. So
Yeah.
breakups also that way, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Breakups have never been like too difficult for me. But
부러워.
I guess it depends on how invested your heart was.
I feel like it's become like more 깔끔해, like clean and mature. Not, I mean, I've only been through one like relationship breakup, but even when I'm in a situationship and it doesn't work out, it's been very mature. It's like, because I'm in my 30s now, and I mean, I'm still young, but there are I know what I want in a relationship, right? So if this person
Lot
is
of gifts.
clearly, if this person clearly is not gonna have that, then
A lot of gifts.
then it's just like, oh, I don't think this is gonna work out. But you know,
It's
like, it's
easier.
been great. Like,
we've been talking for a week and you've only got me one gift. I don't think it's gonna work out.
people are gonna think I really am like that.
No.
She's not like that. I'll vouch for her. She's more of a gift giver, I feel like.
Yeah, she's definitely a giver.
Yeah.
But that's all transactional. It's an investment.
Yeah.
She wants gifts back.
Something in
That's
return
all.
as well.
Not true. But do you have like a post-breakup ritual that you do?
Post breakup ritual.
What is
Well, like
that?
voodoo dolls? Like what?
No, like
Stab like your.
like for me, it was to go travel with like my girlfriend.
To get your mind off of it.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It's like
Oh yeah, I definitly hang out more with my friends.
Yeah, I just hang out
Yeah.
with friends.
you only hang out with your friends when you break up, right? You only hit them up. Are you one of those? You like go MIA when you're in a relationship?
I love how Ashley's the one that brings it up. This is like something the boys will be mad about.
Yeah. Chill out.
You one of
왜 그래?
those? You go
time
MIA
out.
when you're in a
So I gotta admit, in my 20s, now that I'm 30, when I was in a relationship, I would kind of like not hang out with my friends a lot. You know what I mean? I would spend all my time with my significant other.
Ashley is just.
But I
arms
regret
folded,
doing that.
just
I
like-
realized that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's good to balance things out. So I definitely, I apologize. I was wrong.
That's
She's like,
right.
"Well, let's hear him out.
I apologize.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
That's
apologize.
funny.
Yeah, I think I just hang out with friends.
Yeah.
For me,
Same.
it's, you know.
Same.
I know this young, he burns his photos of her.
Oh, 깜짝이야.
together.
That's a ritual.
Yeah,
That's
as a
definitely
ritual.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
something.
ritual. That's
Anyways, wait. So you know rituals for you guys?
What?
Yeah, I just,
What
I
else
just hang
is
out
there?
with friends.
Just hang out. Okay,
I know-
thank
I know-
goodness we don't do anything unhealthy, like
Yeah,
go crazy.
I mean,
and-
like
Oh,
some people.
dude.
You said you like cut your hair or something last
oh
time.
yeah. A lot of girls we cut our hairs.
Yeah.
You know
You know what? I have one.
what?
I like listen to really sad music and I sing crying
Wow.
in the car driving. And then like I think my heart is very like I wish you the best type of thing. And I'm just like I just get like super in my feels.
What kind of songs?
Like Korean ballads.
Yeah, Korean
Definitely Korean
ballads. I think I go back to like old alternative rock songs. Yeah, I think one just off the top of my head. You guys know Only One by Yellow Card?
Sing it
I
like
know
you're in the
Yellow
car.
Card.
No,
Sing
I
it like you're
can't.
crying. Sing it.
Here I go. Scream my lungs out and try to get to you.
I think I
You
heard
are
of it before.
my
Yeah.
only one. That one. Yeah, I'm just like, like here I go. Yeah, no, really, like that's. I think that's. Yeah, and then I think I like end up praying for their future too.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nice.
After you get the emo out.
Yeah. And then I hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too, just hanging out with friends.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what happens after.
It's been a while.
You write a song about it?
Never. I haven't wrote a song about it after. I wrote a song after I actually I never actually wrote a song right after.
You
I
gotta
broke up.
monetize it.
Not everyone's all about business like you, Junior.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it.
Some people are
There's
honest.
ways to
Some
do it.
people are honest with their lives.
I wish I was more honest.
You're not doing relationships just to make money.
Oh my god. 어떻게 이렇게 됐지 갑자기?
I don't know. I just become depressed for a while, I guess. I just work or like, just dive
True.
in there. But
I think it's good to have something to focus on. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac, for joining us today. Do you have anything coming up or anything you want to talk about?
yeah, I have a solo concert at the end of this month.
Yes.
End of this
May
month?
23rd to 5th.
Yes.
At Theater 1975 Theater. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the major thing that I have for this month.
When does this episode come out?
Yeah, when is this air?
May 14th.
awesome.
Okay.
Get your
Still got
tickets,
time.
guys.
Get
Go
your
get your
tickets.
tickets.
May
Yeah.
20 what?
23rd to 25th.
23rd to
So,
25th.
Yeah, whenever you
3
guys are here.
days?
Yeah, 3 days.
Wow, look at you.
24th?
Also, guys, usually if an artist does multiple days consecutively, it means tickets go fast. So buy it now.
Are you going to have guests?
Nah, I don't think I have.
Whoa.
I'll just be
So you're just
singing,
going to be doing the whole thing
everything
by
myself.
yourself?
Are we invited?
Oh, you guys can come actually.
Yay.
He wasn't thinking about it until
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
Just like,
I was like,
oh.
thinking, should I
I
add
had to. No, I poked
you
the
guys
bear.
you guys can come actually.
Yeah, you can get your own tickets.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
guys.
I'll send you the link.
I'll send you the link, guys. Just buy like 3 tickets for
yeah,
each
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. I
No,
mean,
spoil
thanks-
the concert a little bit. Are you going to sing covers?
No, it's mostly my songs. I'm
Originals.
original songs with the new released EP. And I don't know, like me doing concerts. It's not like I don't do dancing a lot. I just sing,
Right.
try
And
to talk
talking.
and to
You
talk.
should dance once for like a event.
Pen
Yeah.
service?
Maybe.
And this
maybe.
EP, you have a very uplifting song too. So
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys can have fun coming. Yeah.
great.
should
That's
do
it.
You should do. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Why would he do a chord?
What is that?
She wants him to do a chorus like the
Oh.
challenge.
It's so short. Just do. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
But why in his concert? It's just so random.
I'm sure his fans want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I do kind of
yeah.
want to see it. I'm just
You wanna-
joking. Just joking.
Well, good
Anyway,
luck at the
yes.
concert.
Thank
3
you.
days. Take care of your throat. Take care of
Yeah.
your health.
Thank you
be a
for
lot of
inviting me.
singing.
Yeah, it was fun just being here talking to you
Yeah.
guys again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Shout out your album one last time.
Yeah.
Oh, album's called Castle in the Air. It came out last month. Yeah, 5 songs. I don't know how to shout out my EP. in
Rated
English,
5
but-
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rated 5 stars.
Yeah.
If you
5
guys
stars,
haven't listened to it,
baby.
listen to it. If you have, listen to it again. Come through to the concert. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you.
And if you want to watch the video version of this episode for free, full episodes will be up on youtube.com/divepods. Everyone, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow and review our podcast on Spotify and Apple. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Bye.
Thank you guys.
If you like this video,
Make sure to like.
Comment and subscribe.
And check out the other ones.
Yay!